head to the bone. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone. And I don't care what you think you got.
Welcome along to Fly Palmy Arena. Palmerston North, the Jets are hosting the Sharks. And the Sal's NBL proudly presented by GJ Gardner Homes, New Zealand's most trusted home builder. And Andrew Mulligan alongside Casey Frank. The Sharks coming off a pretty tough game last night, a very tough game. In fact, going down in Franklin to the Bulls, 79-75 in favour of the Franklin Bulls, who are 2-0, who had a tough road win over the Hawke's Bay Hawks last week, 74-70. And Casey, the Sharks will be looking to bounce back big time against the Jets, and this is how the table looks. The Tuatara, just update you on that score quickly before we get to Casey. The Tuatara, by virtue, are now 3-0 at the top of the table after beating the Rams 84-56. Casey.
Sets the Rams to 1-1 in the middle of the pack. But, you know, tough game last night for the Sharks. Nothing more difficult in this competition than stepping back into the arena less than 24 hours after you played your last game. Of course, in the Sharks' favor is a Jets team from Manawatu that does not yet have their imports. No Shane Temura as of yet. So an understrength team full of youthful exuberance will have to try and claw its way off the bottom of the ladder.
And the Saints there at the anchor in the bottom of the ladder. It's a long, long time ago. They were team no L's in the league, and the Palmy faithful are out. And happy Mother's Day to all watching wherever you are in the world, and these are the games to come. This being the last game of round 2. Round 3, the Sharks will be at it again, this time hosting the Hawks, which will be a fascinating game on Thursday night. The Jets will host the Rams, who just lost to the Tuatara. The Nuggets on Saturday afternoon, late Saturday afternoon, early evening against the Hawks as well. Hawks got a tough little road trip in the South Island to whet the appetite. Moving on to the 7:30 game. It will be an interesting round 3. A lot of movement going on as well. This is the starting 5 for Rob Beveridge. And Cowie getting the start at point guard. And it's a big starting 5, Casey.
It really is. And Romero Gill, the tallest player in the competition, will have a field day on the offensive glass today if they don't box him out. Tom Cowie yesterday, best plus-minus of the squad.
Love a plus-minus.
Yeah.
Rob Beveridge loves a chat, and he's with Miles Pearce.
Afternoon, mate. Tough double-header for you guys. A few too many turnovers last night. How do you plan to take care of those ones?
Look, unacceptable. You know, for us to have 26 turnovers, we were physically taken out of the game and we went to water. So, you know, we've obviously spoken about it, and we've got to harden up. You know, it comes down to under pressure is when you really get tested, and it's important for us to take care of the ball today because we're playing against a young, enthusiastic, passionate team that like to get out and run if they can, and they're a three-point shooting team as well. Didn't shoot well last week, but the thing is anything can happen, so we've got to make sure we're switched on tonight.
You mentioned that young, enthusiastic team for the Jets and a little bit of inexperience. How are you going to take advantage of that experience that you have and that they don't?
Yeah, that's exactly right. We're saying we've been around a lot longer than them. We've got to play our game at our level. I mean, last night, you know, Bulls beat us up. That's what they had to do to beat us, and hopefully we've learned from that. But we've got enormous respect, and you know, we're just going to make sure that we run our stuff and play the way we want to play.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Good luck tonight.
Yeah, Rob Beveridge unhappy with that performance last night. They, like you said, turned to water, which is a great description when the push came to shove. Starting 5 for the Jets, and it is a roster of youth and experience. The Salmon brothers will be swimming upstream and trying to avoid not only bears but now sharks. And coach Nato Tafale has got a big job on his hands, Casey Frank.
He really does. And I'm still smiling about the Salmon reference. Pep Momiasia, one of my favorite young players in the league, really has a lot going for him on the defensive end, a good frame as well. But this is a team that's going to have to play beyond their years of experience if they have any hope of really trying to get into the Southland side, as we saw Willie Burton watching.
Well, Zoe Burton is on the Sharks starting 5, but it's Natu Taufali who is with Miles Pearce, now coach of the Jets.
G'day, mate. Shane's in, but not playing. No imports as yet. How are you guys going to approach this game?
Well, you know, Sharks have been on the road. We're going to keep the tempo of the game up as quickly as we can. Hopefully we can control our defensive rebounds and take care of the ball, and then control the tempo of the game that way and get up and down and hopefully make some shots this week.
Sharks are coming off a tough loss. Do you guys get anything from the Bulls game that you can work in with your game plan?
Yeah, it was an interesting game. It was quite physical. So we feel, if we can take the battle to them in terms of the physicality, that might work for us. However, that's not our group. We're a finesse team, and we look at up-tempo team, so we're going to look to take advantage in that way. So, yeah.
Awesome, mate. Looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
Well, not only did they have to deal with Ty Wynyard 25-9 in that loss, that 21-point loss last round, as we look at the referees, but they now have an imposing front line of Dom Calman-Porto, who posted a double-double last night in Franklin, and of course Romaro Gill, who was just an absolute giant amongst men in that key.
Yeah, most definitely. And here we see the head-to-head where the three-point shot faltered for the Jets, despite themselves really hanging their hat on being a three-point threat. That's where they're going to have to try and make up the discrepancy in their talent. The fast break points, not where they wanted. They're going to have to push the ball today and make that Southland Shark team really slow it down. Bench points, both teams have plenty of contributors from there, but at the same time, both sides will certainly be looking to limit their turnovers and try and win the possession game, and that is really important for the Jets. That is probably their only chance, is trying to really dominate that area.
Well, we're just moments away from tip-off. Just the 8 assists for the Sharks last night as well, on 28 made field goals, and free throw shooting a real factor for both teams because they missed 6.
You saw Nick Horvath in the stands momentarily ago, former Jets great. I like them better on the Saints, though.
And as Jets, they could do with a Willie Burden and Nick Horvath in prime.
I mean, to be fair, they could probably use Willie Burden and Nick Horvath now. Both those dudes still got a little bit of game in them.
We'll see how the legs are going, especially for Braden Inga, who was getting that calf worked on, looked like a bit of cramp. And we're underway.
And we'll see if the Sharks really just try and bang that basketball into the post and take advantage of their size. And that looks to be what they're trying to do. Multiple looks on the strong side, don't even get the swing. And you can just see the size discrepancy on the court between Gill and the remainder of this Jets front line. They are giving up a good 8 inches in that matchup there.
Ben Robertson picked up the foul, and he has to guard Calman-Porto. And Calman-Porto just gives it to Romaro Gill, and that's easy.
I really like that dish by DKP, trying to get the big fella started up. He had a tough one last night in terms of production, only scoring pretty low. I think it was 4 points on the evening, and trying to get him going early against this Jet squad is a good idea.
And Romaro Gill just a little bit too active there after the drive.
You know, Rob Beveridge was full of praise for this young Jet squad in the pregame, but to his team, he'd be telling them, look, we got to do what we got to do in this one. We're more talented than them. We have to take care of business if we have serious aspirations of being a finals team.
And once again, we see the 2-3 zone that did work for them through large stretches of the fourth quarter. As the pull-up jump shot is good, and the Palmy crowd appreciate that from Klein Salmon.
Yeah, it's a really interesting zone they run. It's almost more of a 1-1-3 that gets really extended and lets you have those catches in the high post area, which is where they got that shot there.
So Burden can't work it through the key. Moimusia pushing it. And ball knocked away.
Well, I appreciate the drive. Nice up fake to get there for Nathaniel Solomon. But he's got to do a better job of knowing where he's going with the ball if he's going to leave his feet in that situation.
Just 18 years of age, a junior tall black is Nathaniel Salmon. Enga. Romaro Gill. I want more out of Zoe Burton, who was really taken care of by the Bulls defense last night. And he's active again to start the game, but he's coming up short again.
Well, things going well for the Jets early, giving up some decent looks, but fighting hard to corral those rebounds.
Seven to shoot, and Romaro Gill, 7 foot, just swats that away.
Short shot clock.
Need to get it up. shot on the way. And Gill cleans it up. Moimasia misses the 3 ball from the Nuggets last year to the Jets. And Carmen Porto kicks it out. Cowie for 3. High arcing, almost banked in, and Inga with a rebound. And Inga gets a touch, and he's fouled. So Braden Inga will go to the line to shoot 2 to the Racine foul stripe.
And that's would be one area of the game that should have been really pounded into the Sharks' heads. You've got size advantages all over the place. Let's get in there, be physical, grab these rebounds, and use our natural gifts to our advantage.
Braden Inga can shoot the 3, a 40% three-point shooter last season for the Sharks. Last night, 11 points, but just 3 of 10. 9 rebounds, 3 of 10 from downtown. A turnover, Zoe Burden. Carmen Porto on the baseline, and just uses that strength of his to get his own rebound and get another rebound.
He's padding stats. He's having a laugh out there. Uses his physicality to get those boards. Oh, unfortunate drop of the ball there.
Cowie going for another 3, almost banked it in again.
Tom Cowie might have left his jump shot up in Franklin last night.
You left your wallet there.
I did, it's true.
And 1, Moimasia.
Really do enjoy Paige Momasia's aggressiveness on the rim. He's got a good, strong frame and a nose for the basketball, especially along that baseline.
Moimasia at the Racine foul line. Went to money, they were high. Just the 2 points in the loss to the Airs, but 6 assists and 7 rebounds. They probably need to play at least 35 minutes in this game because they are thin on the ground, on the bench.
Well, luckily he's fit, so he's going to be able to do it.
Oh, nice look. And nice seal off by Carmen Porto. Rolls and the bounce pass works.
3rd time's the charm with the finger roll. A little bit easier that time around with a few less green jerseys.
A bit of pressure extended on the make. Moimasia, and then in the corner, he gets it back. And we've got an offensive foul away from the ball.
Unfortunate turnover there on the original swing of the basketball in that corner. Nathaniel Salmon, I think, was with the catch in the deep corner. He's got to be able to get that and catch and shoot and not drive into the teeth of the defense.
Inga looking for Romaro Gill. And we've got another foul. I believe that is going to be on Moimasia.
Nice delivery there. And this is a game where I think Gill can really show his wares against the small front side. He should be completely dominating that interior.
Gill. Oh, wow. Romaro Gill just got stuffed. Rim high.
Salmon comes in.
Nathaniel Salmon met him rim high.
Love it. Not taking no for an answer, getting in there defensively.
And then the turnover from Salmon. Comes Cowie up to Inga. And that's not the pass for Braden Inga, unfortunately.
I wouldn't be surprised if Tom Cowie's heading to the bench pretty quickly after that decision. This looks at the moment like a Shark squad that is not taking the Jets quite as seriously as I think Rob Beveridge would prefer.
And that is the trap, isn't it, Casey? Being on the road, a tough loss, a hard-fought game against the Bulls, who look every bit a title contender early on. And then you come to Palmy and you think to yourself, well, this Palmy team's pretty young, pretty inexperienced, no imports, not a lot of veteran presence. Shane Tamara's on the bench and not playing, and then you just find yourself in a bit of a dogfight.
Well, one of the toughest things to pursue in that chase of greatness is the ability to not play to the level of your opponent when your opponent isn't as talented as you. You know, you hear all the time about teams that play up to their level of their opponent when it's playing a great team or you've got a great matchup. You can lift your game. But that's easy to do, to play above yourself when all the bright lights are shining. But when you're against a squad that you should beat, that you have every physical advantage of and the size advantage, and to go out there and play with the same energy and enthusiasm as if you don't have those, that is one of the most difficult things to learn as an athlete in all of sport, I think.
And so Rob Beveridge with that timeout probably laid down the law again. It was a tough game last night to coach. You can see him working the referees quite a lot. He's frustrated by the turnovers. And this little breakout here from the Jets. Is that Salmon in the corner? No, it's not. Excuse me. There's Momosia, but here's Inga. And
off the foot, I believe.
yeah, good hustle from Klein Salmon. Another turnover. That will not do any favors.
Yeah, lovely timing and great hands. Would have been very close to getting a foul with an unaimed effort there. Instead, pinpoint accuracy forces the turnover.
Missed three. Mojave King.
Mojave King hands off to Burton, who drains the triple.
Hasn't missed from deep this season, Casey Frank. He's
10 for 10.
He's 10 for 10. He was 8 for 8 in game one against the Saints. One last night. No Moisia misses that.
I tried to really get that contact from Inger instead of just finishing up high, and the result was off balance for the finish.
Big game from Mojave King last night as well.
Nice roll there. Mojave King,
25 for him.
He's a weapon. Driving to the hole. He's got extreme quickness and elevation. You can see why so many teams have been so high on getting his signature.
7 to shoot now. 5. From the foul line, from the Rosine foul line, and the jump shot from Nathaniel Salmon is good.
Oh, nice offense there. Poor communication by the Sharks on the simple handoff play to not challenge.
That's nice. And Maro Gill makes absolutely no contest on that dunk.
Oh, Nathaniel Salmon. He has been fearless in the contests up to this point.
Get me once. Shame on me.
Nothing wrong with getting dunked on as a defender, though. Happens to the best of us. But that was a nasty one.
Not a lot going on from the three-point line for the Jets.
It is looking difficult to improve on last week's 18% right now.
Burden, nice off the glass. Good patience from the veteran, Alonzo Burden.
Felt he might have gotten fouled as well, but despite any contact, able to get the kiss off the glass for two as the Sharks are finding a rhythm.
Robertson misses the three. Again, they're coming up empty from three. We saw on the stats they're just 18% from the first game. And then the ball is knocked loose. And Carmen Porto has it.
And there's been a couple of fast break opportunities for the Jets that they haven't executed well. They need to read the defense and not just predetermine what they're going with.
Mojave King driving on the defense.
We see that dunk again.
Wow.
Big catch and smashes it down the big fella. Sending Nathaniel Salmon tumbling downstream.
A little bit of turbulence, Palmy. Let's go.
Highlight of the season.
Mojave King at the line. And the bonus. Jalen Duran is going to be rested for this game, Casey. Not on the rotation. Might have had.
Well, he was getting some attention last night. It looked like cramps, possibly a strain. So in the back-to-back, but it does look like he might be checking in now.
Just giving him less of a workload. Mojave King, excuse me.
There's that quickness, but excellent effort to
Some
get that
iPad.
tip.
Now it's Burton for three. And he knocks that down. Lonzo Burton now is 7 for 7.
Finding
Excuse
the
me, 11
rhythm.
for 11.
Finding the, oh, looks like he's got one miss in today's game that we missed earlier.
Scrub it. Could be an anomaly. Go back over the tape. Gill with the steal.
The Jets need to find some use of pass fakes there. Oh, good block.
Nice block. Luca Richards with the stuff. Not better defensively this week from the Jets. Overmatched in the height department, but not in the heart.
Yeah, up to this point, not a bad quarter. And if they would be able to control their turnovers just a bit more, much better shape.
Oh, Mojave King knocks down a three.
Nice to see him working off the pull-up. You know, he's so comfortable off the dribble as a shooter in Australia. Not really a catch-and-shoot guy, but does so really nicely on that handoff.
This is a big run. As the Jets again come up empty-handed.
Just not really affecting the defense with their drives. Everybody staying out on the perimeter, challenging those shots.
There is Durant. Mojave can catch and shoot. Catch a break to the Jets. Falmo Sealy is in the game. Number 22. Cooper sees a game and sees the lane, and he's fouled and will go to the line to shoot two as McRae gets him.
Hammered on that drive, but went with the intent to feel that contact and rightfully earns his trip to the Resine. Trying to see where the Manawatu jet green fits in on that color scheme on the Resine. Oh, they might have to put that one in store.
A 14-3 run for the Sharks here as we come up to a minute to go. Mojave King swung around. There's Duran. Duran can't get the lucky roll.
Good group rebounding effort there.
And we've got a foul from McRae again. It's his second. Was it his third?
No, I believe that's the fourth team foul.
Our fourth team foul, of course.
So not yet in the bonus. So it's just a minute left to go in the quarter.
Turnover.
Just a
Oh, what a pass.
little late on the vision. And
Oh, beautiful. Mojave King from a lovely feed from the Sunga Ape.
early on the finish. Well done there.
Oh, that three is good from Falmo Sealy.
Oh, thankfully, somebody hit some water falling out of the boat.
Duran is fouled by Cooper.
Maybe that little trickle can get a few more raindrops to start falling. Variance in the triple is not needed for this Jet squad today. That is just 1 for 4 now.
Let's go, Palmy. Keep it going. Make some noise.
Jalen Duran. What a heck of a matchup last night with Jaden Bazant. Had a heck of a first half against the Southland defense.
Now Sunga Ape, trickery. What is this wizardry
Really
on the baseline trying to save it after corralling it.
Really enjoy Drew Lasonga Alpe's game.
Here's Duran, tough layup, left hand, in traffic as well. Jalen Duran, he was telling you pre-game, Casey, last night. He's lost a lot of weight.
And he looks great. You know, he's I think since his sojourn down to Southland, he's lost about 20 kgs from last season. You can see the improved quickness on the finish in the paint there.
30 seconds on the clock. Let's go, Jets.
Big second half of this quarter for Southland. The Sharks getting it done. Nice drive. That is excellent work from Nathaniel Salmon on the baseline.
Quick rip through on the baseline, negating the help from the weak side.
Biasonga Ape working with McRae. Durant sees the trap.
Defense.
Inside, and that is a nice shot
All right, and that is out.
from
First
Cole.
quarter, 14-32 to the Southland Sharks.
And
I would like to welcome Tim
that'll do us for the quarter. Southland Sharks, big quarter, 32-14 over the Jets.
All right, we all know the deal. Down by Benny. When I say go, you're going to run to Benny. You're going to grab the ball. You're going to dribble, make a shot. Don't get your rebound. Just leave it. You guys will grab it, all right? And just come back and grab the ball again. You ready? All right. Way to go. Let's make some noise, Palmy. Let's cheer on Timana. Woo! Timana is going to take away a Sounds t-shirt. Good boy. Excellent. Run it up, run it up. Let's go as many as you can. We're running up 30 seconds. Come on. 10 seconds. Push it up. Run back, run back. Quick, run straight up. Good boy. Yeah! Good one. And again. Nice. One more. Last one. And time is up. Woo! Let's get it up. Put them on up. Over this way. Come over, grab your Sounds t-shirt. Awesome work. Well done. Thank you. If you want to have a go at that at our next home game on Friday, come and see me and I will take your name. Thank you.
Welcome back to the game at Fly Palmy Arena in Palmerston North. And it's the Sharks with a big lead, as you expect from a quality side like the Sharks. As Willie Burden looks on, his son Alonzo Burden, just the one miss from three-point land this season.
All right. Second quarter. Let's make
He's 2
some
for 3 in
noise.
the game.
Who's ready?
He has 12 points.
Can't believe he missed. So disappointing.
We missed the miss.
Did we? How did that happen? He's so good we couldn't see it.
Jalen Jaron with the rebound.
Oh,
McRae.
clever little pass there.
Liam McRae misses the three there.
And the big fella unable to let it drop.
Oh, that's beautiful. Not rewarded with a friendly bounce. Confines of home.
I'm watching Mojave Kings dribble that basketball. I'm starting to wonder how long he's going to be coming off the bench.
This is luxury at the moment as McRae goes to work.
Taking his time down low before unfortunately missing the left, but nice O board.
Turnover. Jets like to run, but Southland do well to get back.
Yeah, really got back in numbers there, but that secondary transition.
Jacob Collis with the three.
No hesitation on the pull-up as the ball zips around the perimeter.
And we got a foul on Nathaniel Salmon.
And they're rotating freely through the bench in this one as Andrew Wheeler checks in.
Long two.
Oh, nice hustle for the block there on McRae.
Takaha Cooper with the stuff. Cooper. That three is Nothing but net.
Finding
Farmal
some rhythm from deep.
stepping through. Is Leo Songa up, eh?
I like the aggressive shooting from the perimeter now. Not waiting for the defenders to come find them, but letting it fly before the defenders close out. As we see Dom Kamapoto check back in to get a little fortitude down low.
Carmen Porto. Just a big hole in the Jets D there.
And the river's parted on that drive. One of the easier finishes he's had, especially after last night's physical game out in Franklin.
Richards misses that. And Carmen Porto cleans that up.
Nice rebound there and initiating the break. I really like that kick ahead in transition. Had a couple looks but gave up for a better shot. Turns it into a great shot for Big McRae. Really letting the ball get through hands, and the penetration and kick by Duran scores the two.
Cooper with the putback, and it's a valuable 2 points for a 13-point lead now for the Sharks. Jets closing in. Carmen Porto. And he's fouled.
Being very deliberate down low in the post as Don Carmen Porto had an enjoyable matchup, for us at least, last night with Anzac Rosetta.
Yeah, those two look like they've played basketball together before and against each other a lot. It was an enjoyable game. You know, there was a lot of, you know, Bennett Kyle, he had a smile on his face for most of the game. There was a lot of jawing going back and forth, a lot of friendly banter.
It was playoff intensity.
It was, wasn't it?
There was a high level of physicality for this point in the season. I think the officials were consistent in the level of physicality that they let across. Both teams might have had some complaints about it, but both teams rose to the occasion. And
speaking of rising to the occasion, can we just give a special mention to Leon Henry? I think I'm correct. He made 4 outstanding plays for the Bulls in the closing 2 minutes.
Yeah, there was a big stretch there where he had a three, a huge defensive rebound, I believe, and a big tip as well. Those back-to-back-to-back plays, and I think he topped it off with a defensive play after that.
And then the heady presence just to make sure he gets the inbound right when there was a faint hope of the Sharks.
His veteran leadership is extremely valued by the Bull squad, as would it be with this Jet squad, who could use some veterans as Pepe Momiasia. His hustle is unrewarded after the offensive rebound.
Carmen Porto might have walked there as Burton splits the D. Jalen Jaron pulls up. Burton gets his put in stuffed. And the presence of mind of Burton just to up the hustle and get it back in.
Shows the pretty stroke on the fadeaway. Nice quick reaction.
Momosia to Cooper. Momosia gets it back. Need to get it up. Cooper gets it up. Takaho Cooper's shot is off. And 38 plays 22. They're going to need those threes to drop to the Jets because they're not a great three-point shooting team. Currently probably about 3 for 10 in the game at the moment.
The three-point shooting is what they're trying to build their team over, and not enough highlights for these Jets fans. They're looking for a few more from the boys in green.
They're looking for inspiration, those two. They've come with the flair, come with the wigs. And so far, it's just empty calories at the moment.
I do got to say, if you're going to put all that effort in to dress up and go to the game, you could at least feign a little excitement.
Now we're talking.
They're genuinely happy. Oh, nice to see a crowd turn out on a Sunday Ava early in the season for a Jets team that will vastly improve upon the arrival of its trio of imports.
That could be a very different unit for the Jets when they get a little bit more talent and experience. 38 plays 22 in the second quarter.
Well, a nice little run there by the Jets to open this quarter. They've been able to hold the water line where it's at. Have picked up the level of energy, and their defensive fortitude, they're starting to get a little bit more physical and force the Sharks off their spots with a little bit more consistency.
Coming Porto to Romaro Gill, and that's nice and easy stuff for him. I mean, that kind of play is there all game long, the high-low action.
Really like that high-low. Gill, fortunate he's got that size advantage because he didn't hold the seal, but when you're 7'2", I guess you don't always have to.
Takaha Cooper swishes that three.
And keep letting them fly, because somebody's got to. So if you've hit a couple of those triples, let's just bank on you on it hitting 5 or 6 more, because I want you shooting at least 10 more.
Defense. Come on, Palmy, a little louder.
And Casey, just further to our discussion about the quality of the actual floors in the South NBL, this one pure, it's clean.
Look at that floor.
No evidence of any other demarcations from other sports.
It's like a driven snow.
Fly Palmy Arena, you are at the top of the South NBL court experience in our eyes, as Cooper is fouled going to the hole.
That floor's pretty bouncy too, so doubly good. Coach Rob Beveridge doesn't look exceedingly pleased.
Excuse me, that was Collis. I've been calling him Cooper, I apologize. But Collis at the line.
I gotta be honest, I'm not overly familiar with the Jets roster. A lot of new faces in there with these young guys who are holding fort.
He's a rookie. There's literally about 6 rookies to the South NBL. And Collis is one of them. He's come out of Palmy North Boys High School. He didn't miss against the Airs in the loss. But Burden misses there, but Romaro Gill gets that. Cowie.
Letting it fly is Tom Cowie.
Certainly is. He's making the most of the start. Yet to connect from 3. And there's Collis. That's nice basketball from the Jets.
They've really picked up the level of execution as they've gotten used to the size and strength of the Sharks. Gill really missing and not returning the favor to Dom Kamapoto.
Slapped away, but Burden has it again. Alonzo Burden, he was tied up nicely by the Bulls defense last night.
More aggressive off the bounce today than we saw yesterday evening. Must have been touched by a Shark. Short shot clock, got to get it up.
With 2 on the shot clock, the 3 is good. And that is Klein Salmon with a 3 that will close it to within 11.
A little too aggressive on the reach, but how about the Jets flying high right now? A little bit of pep in the step.
Crowd's a little bit louder at Fly Palmy Arena.
Feels good as the young fellas. And you know, I do know teams and fan bases around the country love to cheer a winner. But you do hear a special pride when a team is made up over almost entirely of locals.
Andrew Wheeler out there for the Sharks. Romaro Gill on the catch. Braden Enger, and he hits the 3. You can't leave a guy like that wide open.
Really good ball movement there, hitting the interior, forcing the defense to collapse, and probably the best facilitation we've seen from Gill in a couple games now on the catch, kick to the corner for the Enger 3.
Tough pass. As the Sharks D collapsed.
Got to use those pass fakes against the zone, especially when they're trying to get active on those passes in the interior that really cut into the defense.
Good D from Collis.
Collis has some nice length to him.
Got long arms.
Yeah, aggressive in the transition game.
Spent some time at the tattoo artist with the sleeve. I like a full-length sleeve.
See, it's competing with Brandon Inger's 2 half-length sleeves, which I guess equals 1. Or do 2 half-lengths not equal a 1 in the sleeve game?
It's clearly something for the Sales NBL peripheral committee to discuss along with the courts. As Mojave King knocks down that 3, gave him a jab step, barely cleared any space. He just rose up and knocks it down.
And he's on a different level athletically to a lot of guys. That is a quick reaction time. Piff Mumyasia unable to get the jumper with a friendly roll.
Cowie trying to go to work. Amaro Gill up high, Cowie for 3. And again, that won't drop. But Braden Inger on the offensive rebound tried to find. You can just see that Romaro Gill's just an unfinished product at times.
Yeah, Gill didn't feel that run that Inger did, as we see it travel, unfortunately, for Collis.
And that is a timeout.
7-point lead now for the Sharks.
Apologies if you're just wondering about the stats as well, because we've got a problem with our stats coming from the arena. I believe the live feed. The score you are seeing is correct, but the stats we're getting
are slightly different.
Are slightly different. Like, example just here is Tom Cowie. He's missed at least 4 threes by my count. He's just listed here at 0 for 1.
Oh, you're being a hater, Moles. Why are you
Apologies to Tom Cowie. No, you're right.
How about this young fella in the middle there?
Yeah.
Not excited. He's had a,
yeah.
just enjoyed an afternoon nap at the gym.
It's just a big Mother's Day. He would have been up at the crack of dawn, Case.
Can we find that guy
making
again?
pancakes or waffles or whatever for Mum. He's come to the game. He's been judicious with his timeouts. He's using them just to catch a quick nap.
It's smart. I like it. He's not missing any of the action.
He's probably got an early shift tomorrow morning, being Monday.
Maybe working a double tonight. Who knows? Who am I to judge? Were you a good deliverer of Mother's Day cheers today?
Certainly was.
Nice.
Had the boys, the 2 boys, drilled. Got them to invent a Mother's Day song along the lines of "Happy Birthday."
Nice. That's that's some good direction. I bet some quality memories came out of that one. If not a super quality tune.
Mojave King with a 3-ball. Misses this time. Collis with the rebound.
I'd like to see the Jets push it a little bit more on the Sharks. They're going to have tired legs from that hard-fought battle yesterday. They need to get active in the transition game.
Masia gives it up, and it's now Takara Cooper. This young Jets team finding the gaps, and Braden Inger with a block there.
Oh, nicely blocked. Good timing from the weak side as Richards rolled hard to the rim. Now, I'm interested in what the shot clock says here, because it didn't look like a Shark grabbed it, but I believe it's been reset. Despite what looked like a lack of possession. Yeah, it's up to 14 seconds there, so they're saying that hit the rim.
48 plays 31. Sharks in control. They went down the front of the rim.
I don't mind the look, though. Decent and reasonably online, and they're just going to start having to take a few more chances with the deficit they're facing.
Inger can't get that to go down. Collis has it.
Come on! Under a minute to go. Let's do it. Come on, everyone. Make some noise.
Then we'll see it. Looking for a cutter. Finds the cutter.
Come on, Palmy.
And then Collis puts it up over Romaro Gill. A little strong.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Really unselfish offense. Goes unrewarded.
It's just a tough pass to corral for Mojave King. So another Sharks turnover. looking to push it. I tell you what, the Jets have been pretty good in transition. Hasn't been a lot of easy fast break points.
They've been very solid in that D-trans here. They're working hard out there. They're hustling and bustling. They're putting their bodies on the line. And the crowd appreciates it, as you can hear now.
I'm sure that young man is awake now. The energy level in the gym. And we saw in the timeout is Takaha Cooper in the lane with a little floater.
Takaha Cooper is showing a little offensive pizzazz as we're down to 7 seconds for the Sharks to finish the half. Tom Cowie tried to do it all.
Does it count? It does not. It's waved off.
I think they're going to look at that one.
It felt like
from the sound of the buzzer we heard.
Yeah.
I thought the shot was good, but they're going to discuss it ever so briefly.
Let's reverse the sky go.
I'm just kidding about ever so briefly. It's going to go.
I know.
Faster.
I've worked with you long enough to know your sarcasm.
So what are we going with here? They're resetting the clock?
They're going to reset the clock.
So they're saying shot clock violation is the call. No bucket, no good. Possession goes to the Jets.
Just like last night. Got
it's tough to get that clock to the right spot.
To get it down to the right spot.
Rob Beveridge.
Wondering
why what hell he's entered to go through this again of the clock trying to land on the exact second. Is this his own personal?
Well, last night it was, not to decide the game, but we're talking fractions there, but the Southland Sharks needed fractions if they were to have a chance.
They did. They really did need it. And it did not go in their favor.
Are we going point 3? Let's run
point 3?
it.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, thumbs up. Yeah, we'll take it.
Okay.
Here we go. Jets ball to finish this first half. Collis has it. And that'll do us for the first half of basketball from Fly Palmy Arena. It will be the 48 points to the 33 points of the visiting Sharks to the Manawatu Jets at halftime. We'll be back after the break for the NZNBL.
Now, if you go backwards, you need to face backwards, all right? Because you're going to be racing to the halfway mark. It's a lot of core engagement, all right? It's going to be a little bit puffy and puffy. You guys comfortable with that? You make it to that line, and you'll take away a double pass for cloud 9. You guys been to cloud 9? It's lots of fun, right? All right, on the floor, Benny, are you going to join in? So if you're backwards, you face backwards. If you're forwards, you're forwards. You go forwards, don't you? Spread out, guys, or you're going to crash into each other. Give yourself some room. You go that way a little bit if you want. You guys need rearview mirrors. You ready? You guys all need to cheer them on, all right? It's going to be hard. It's a long way. Where you go? Go! 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 Come on, Benny! Let's go, let's go! Oh, you're actually going pretty quick! All the way! You're almost there! Keep it up! Keep it up, keep it up! Almost there! Keep it up! You're nearly there! Yeah! First winner! Keep it up! Keep coming! Cooper, how you feeling? I'm tired watching you. Tired. That was hard work. You did really well. All right, here's a cloud nine voucher for you. Double pass. Well done. What's your name? Aria. Aria. You tired? Yeah. Well done. You've been awesome, especially going backwards. You know it's going to crash. What's your name? Palm. Palm? How you feeling? Good. Good, Palm? Yeah. That one's for you. Give it up for these three. Well done. Woo! And well done, Penny. Nice. All right. Now I'm going to give away my first two GJ Gardner Holmes basketballs. All right, so I've been keeping an eye out for those that are loud, those that stand out.
Welcome back to
And
Fly
those
Palmy
that stand
Arena.
out most
Southland
of all
Sharks
to
with a
win
handy lead
Festival.
of 15 over the Manawatu Jets. Good crowd in. And Palmerston North to see this game. Casey Frank, what can we expect from the Jets to get them going in the third quarter?
Well, they need to continue
All right.
with that energy they've got on the offensive end and look to bend that defense a bit more with some penetrations, drawing the defenders in and kicking it around, really making the Southland Sharks team work. Every half-court possession, every full-court possession, got to run all the time. The Sharks, on the other hand, need to continue to take care of the basketball and pound that ball in the interior. They've got such a size and strength advantage down low that when they're not forcing the action in the paint, they're really letting the Jets off the hook as we see the scores from the first half. Alonzo Burton shooting up the charts with 16 points. I believe that's on 7 of 10 shooting. Mojave King ably backing him up with 6. And Collis, rookie, supported by Tukaha Cooper, playing well for the Jets. There we see the rebounds. Lots of rebounds to go around with a lack of pinpoint accuracy from the shooters today. Led by Inger and Collis. Been pretty impressed by Paif Momiasia's facilitation game. He's playing a little bit out of position, almost as like a point forward. Not looking to score as much, but really nice dishing that ball around. But a bit more one-on-one from the Sharks than you expect. A lot of that because of that work on the interior. And apparently only one block from Mojave King, but pretty sure Big Gills had about 4.
And I think Nathaniel Klein, got one on
nice
Gill.
Yeah, so a little off on the blocks. We'll do our best to update those during the game, but if you're really concerned about the stats, maybe check in tomorrow.
The only stat that counts at the moment is the scoreline.
Wins and losses, baby. That's what it's all about.
You also got to show me your moves.
And
yeah?
that is the scoreline for you.
Maggie, can you hear me?
And we are keenly anticipating the second half from Fly Palmy Arena, Southland Sharks. We're back and ready for the third quarter from Fly Palmy Arena. The Jets in the last game of round 2 of the NZNBL. The Southland Sharks on a road trip. Franklin last night, Manawatu, Palmy all day today. And Jets looking to get themselves out of this hole, Casey. But I guess a shining little sliver of light for them is that this year it's a top 6 situation for the playoffs, not your straight top 4 semi-final situation. Single elimination games to get into the semi-final, the top 2 teams on the ladder advance. And so you've got a fight really on your hands through the middle of the table, where 2 teams last year were 9-9 and missed out on the playoffs.
Yeah, it's going to be a real incentive for those teams that are a little bit further down the ladder. And I really don't think this initiative could have been entered at a better time. In a year when a lot of teams aren't at their full capacity early on, it'll enable a couple of teams to have some early season stumbles and still be able to pick themselves back up and say, hey, we've still got a chance for finals basketball if we can turn it on down the stretch here. And for the Jets, you know, the score line doesn't look great right now, but not bad. Down 15.5 to a Shark squad. They're within touch distance. They could do some good things to work their way back in, but as important as wins or losses are, I think for the Jets, they really just need to develop these young guys and give them confidence going into the remainder of the season, when they can start getting supported by the points that are expected to come in any day now.
Certainly, I mean, the fact they've scored 33 points is a good sign. They struggled to put the ball into the hoop in their first game against the Airs, but the Sharks catching them on a double header on a weekend, you know, less than 48 hours ago, were battling that tough Franklin Bulls team in the Stockyard in Pukekohe, and this is a good test of the exuberance of youth for Ngātu Taufale and his team, his young team full of rookies. And guys ready to get it done and just grind these games out. Don't hang your head. Make sure you stick to what the coaching staff say and execute as much as you can.
And Shane Temara is trying to give his teammates a little advice. They could, not only the imports to come, but a healthy Shane Temara as well will be extremely useful with his pogo stick athleticism.
Shane Temara is a Kiwi, but was born in Syracuse, New York. Lived his life there.
Upstate New York.
Beautiful this time of year, Casey. Have you been to Syracuse a lot?
I have
once.
I have been to Syracuse. I played Carmelo Anthony there.
Oh, how did that go?
Not bad. It was his first game in college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was. He had 25. I mean, we lost by about 20, but good fun.
Who had the block in the championship game in the corner?
Teamwork.
Teamwork. Sealing that NCAA championship for Jim Boeheim and Carmelo Anthony and the Orangemen of Syracuse.
As you see, Mojave King entered into the starting lineup for the second half. As Brandon Inger goes to the bench. I like Rob Beveridge tinkering with the lineup.
Rebound falls to Burton. Cowie. He has it. Here's Burton. Amaro Gill just walked straight into a double team. And then just placed the ball above it into the hoop.
Yeah, he went exactly what the Jets were hoping he would. Bounced into it.
There's not much more you can do if you're the Jets.
The strategy was good. The execution couldn't quite work out.
It's good hands from Isaac Morrison, and then the bucket is good.
Pith Momiasia again, finding success in that mid-range.
Romaro Gill fires it out to Cowie. He gets it back off Kalman Porto. Quite first half from Dom Kalman Porto, and Romaro Gill likes that Rosine foul line shot.
Foul called on Dom Kalman Porto. Well, that's a lovely gift for the Jets on the home court on a Sunday. A vocal crowd, as always, down in the Manawatu.
You missed some halftime entertainment we were fortunate enough to witness on the feed. A worm contest from baseline to halfway.
Those kids were working.
It was keenly competitive.
I hope they got something good, because they were giving a lot of entertainment to the crowd.
That's just a tough bucket from Luca Richards, and a bit of contact as well, but no love for the home cooking.
In traffic, going up, feeling it, able to finish off balance.
And that's just easy money. Alonzo Burden finding Romaro Gill on the baseline, rises up for the alley-oop.
And that's Gill at his best. Not the most polished of post players, but when you get hit above the rim, finishing without absorbing a lot of contact, he looks great.
Oh, that is nice. That is real nice. Mormisia from the back screen, cutting, and the gift of a pass.
Yeah, perfectly delivered, enabling that finish. And the Jets getting a little frisky.
Cowie into the paint. There's Mojave King stepping through. And Gill gets it and just puts it up and in.
Oh, the hustle by King creates the opportunity, misses a shot, chases after it, but Gill hung around, was in the right place at the right time, and is gifted the bucket.
Tough shot, turnaround, baseline fadeaway by Nathaniel Salmon's no good. Mojave King behind the back, 1-on-4. Here's Gill.
Ooh,
Finger roll. Ah, the finesse from Gill.
doing his best Giannis impression as Cowie snatches it. And the defensive intensity not dropping despite the lead increasing.
King can't get the drop, and it's Carmen Porto with the foul.
Don Porto picks up another personal. His second in the last couple of minutes. Loving his work rate. Don Porto, one of my favorite players in the competition. His effort and energy on the post. And he is just, you know, a little bit of a dig at Gill earlier about not being a polished post player, but there's tons of polish in the other big spot with Don Poto. His ability to finish both ways, spin off in either shoulder. He has spent a lot of time honing his game down there.
And they're in at that time. Here comes Braden Inga going the other way off the Jets turnover. He's fouled, and Braden Inga will go to the line after just coming into the game for Carmen Porto.
I really appreciate the boldness of going to a lob pass, a lob play on back-to-back plays. Those are normally ones that you keep in your pocket for a little bit of time, especially after it works. You got to go away from it, but right back at it next time down the court. Why not? Let's see if we can get it again. Inger in the opposite way on the break. Going to the line where he is pretty deadly. And got off to a hot start yesterday. 8 quick points, 8 at halftime, but last night against the Franklin Bulls, was finding space at a premium in the second half, and because of that, couldn't get off a lot of shots.
Just extending the pressure on the maker of the Sharks, and it works. Takaha Cooper puts it off his leg, off the defense of Mojave King. 60 plays 39, 6:06 to go in the third quarter.
And when the Sharks lock in, take care of the basketball, and are aggressive on the rim, that score lights up quickly.
And Leosonga Ape with the drive and the finish.
Just a quick rip through defensively. You can't be on his hip on the side. You have to be an impediment in between the ball and the basket. Man, ball, basket, and you got to be in between those ones.
Just in case you're wondering about stats, it seems as though our FIBA live stats feed is just completely given up. Nothing refreshed from halftime.
Well, it was a tough half. They were distracted by the worm contest too, I believe. What I can tell you is the Sharks are starting to dominate. Stats or no stats.
Mojave King gets the roll.
Nice drive there, and an interesting lineup that the Sharks are playing with right now. Little 4 out, 1 in with Gill. And shooters and drivers everywhere. A lot of athleticism, decent length with this lineup. Didn't see a lot of this lineup yesterday against the Bulls, who are a little bit more stout in the front line. But I do appreciate Rob Beveridge and his experimentation. He is, unlike many a coach, extremely willing to roll the dice and shake things up.
That three won't go down for Klein Salmon. There's Mojave King. Enger for three with his feet set. That is absolute money for Braden Enger. One of the deadliest shooters in this league, 40% from last year. He's found the stroke today.
And he had some huge games from three. A 7 3-point game comes to mind. Nice rebound there for him. And a little bit more ball movement could probably be used by the Jets.
Songa Ape finds King for a long two. McRae pokes it away. Back out, and Enger again.
Hustle for the big fella, creating opportunities.
Songa Ape again with the rebound. Burden with a contested three. Collis with the rebound.
Don't want to give up 4 offensive rebounds, so better 3 than 5.
Front of the rim, Collis tracks down the miss from Klein Salmon, and then it's Collis again getting the rebound.
His energy and enthusiasm appreciated.
Kaha. Cooper gets his miss.
Third offensive rebound.
Takes the contact and puts it in.
Well, it's just a second chance Sunday here this afternoon. Miss and go get it back. Why not try again?
And a turnover.
Hollis with the
Forced by, the Jets.
long arm there, just snapping it away as Julian Songayape tried to rip through. Looks like Rob Beveridge will have a little discussion about things with 3:34 left here in the third quarter. The Sharks, well in control of 26.
Just the 10 turnovers as well as the team stats roll through on your screen underneath the score key there. Just individual stats are just a little bit cooked at the moment at our end, so apologies for that.
But that doesn't diminish the action we're seeing on screen. Dominant performance here in the third quarter by the Sharks.
You can see also with the foul shooting, not a lot of foul shots taken in this game as well, so physicality is just starting to be a little bit lacking for both teams, just with how quick it is and the up and down nature, and just being a little bit overmatched, the Jets.
Well, it's not always fun to stand on a train track with that locomotive coming down when you're down 26, or up 26 for that matter. So game pretty much in control, all about execution. I think for the Sharks, execution and getting out of this one healthy from this one forward, and for the Jets, they'll continue to claw away with 13 minutes to go. But right now, they've got the defense. The Sharks got the Jets seeing double.
Richards, Enger on him. Cooper with the ball in the corner, and I think McRae was posting up, but it was the wrong guy.
Well, these guys need to be more aggressive as a team, as Enger shows them how to be aggressive. But wherever you're catching the basketball, you have to be a threat offensively. That doesn't just mean turning and facing the hoop, but making these defenders believe that you're going to score.
Tyrone McLennan into the game.
Former Franklin Bull shows off a little snippet of his athleticism, which is high level.
Yeah, he looks active. He's getting a burn. Tafali is giving him a go as Lasonga Ape with a nice finish.
Yeah, he's got a stretchy game around the rim. The ability to finish at difficult angles.
McRae didn't bite on the pump fake, but Collis is there to clean it up, and Collis is hard working in this game. He is overmatched just by the physical nature, but he has got a work ethic you should be proud of if you're a Jets fan.
He's showing some promising moves here. This is looks like more of a swingman than a 4, but he's playing a little bit out of position right now.
And that is good for Klein Salmon.
Nice play on the baseline, out of bounds. Quick pitch to the corner, instant triple.
And then a foul on Lasonga Ape. That will be, I believe, called on Klein Salmon.
Not yet in the bonus. Still 1 to give for the Jets and 3 fouls to give for the Sharks.
And Lasonga Ape for 3.
Putting it together. He exploded off the bench for 10 quick points yesterday.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Quickness.
Yeah, there it is. Another flash of the athleticism, the crossover, and the left-hand finish from Tyrone McLennan.
Looking even more bouncy with that hairdo.
Why wasn't he in the first half?
That is a pretty good question, but look at that change of direction and the stretchy hand for the lefty layup. A little infusion of bounciness, not just with the hairdo. That is bouncy hair.
Let's go, Palmy, make some noise. A little bit turbulence in the room.
Drew Lasonga Ape. Give some air 5s at the Racine. A 26-point lead for the Southland Sharks.
See more of Tyrone McLennan for the Jets. Here he is with the ball. Quick first step. Good look. And the 3 ball goes down for Luca Richards in the corner.
Luca Richards, recipient of a nice delivery, but does the work to finish.
And then gets a block at the other end on Lasonga Ape.
Playing both ends of the court. Giving the home crowd a little bit to cheer about.
McLean just regathers the handle on the baseline. Nice look. And that one can't go down, but good rebounding effort.
Need to look at the rim there.
From Sealy. Braden Inga comes away with it though for the Sharks. Under a minute to go in this game. Jalen Duran
letting it fly as the Jets may have a 2-for-1 opportunity if they get the ball up quick. Now they've missed that.
McRae just pulls that one down. Collis all over him. Sharks can have the last shot. Good movement, Cole. He can't get the roll, but he gets the tip.
Second buzzer beater of the game for Cole. Loving the end of quarters.
Well, that'll do us for 3. 76 plays 51 at Fly Palmy Arena.
There we go. Here's one. Please join me on the court. Let's go. It's up to win a Cloud9 double pass voucher. All you need to do, Andrew, is you have 30 seconds to get as many free throws as you can. All right? All right. In. Ready. Go. Nice. Run We got one, we got one. You got this, I see you practicing, come on. Oh, almost, almost. And 3, 2, 1. Nice, give it up for Andrew, everyone. How many was that? 2? 2, all right. Bring it in, you've grabbed yourself a double pass to Cloud9. And I'd like to just say a massive thank you to Cloud9 for today's activation prizes. Thank you.
$76.51. One more quarter to go. And a pretty good quarter for the Jets, it has to be said. They're still in this game.
And this is our last
Manawatu
quarter.
Tafale has
Palmy
added an ejection
for the Property Brokers
for the game time of Tyrone McLennan. Got a little bit of a burn there as well, which is good to see. And he's stuck with them, and he'll start the fourth quarter.
More of this zone that the Sharks haven't used in previous seasons, but have been milking this season.
Yeah, nice look. There it is again. McLennan making use of that time to Salmon, Nathaniel Salmon.
Best attack of the zone defense yet tonight, really forcing the defenders to bend to their will, drawing them in multiple areas before the dish for the finish. Well, it might have been a hook from this angle, but the contact too much by Nathaniel Salmon on the body.
Jalen Jaron. Inga. Jaron's in the corner. There's Songa Ape. Too strong. McLennan looks up and he turns it over. It's Leo Songa Ape goes flying over the sideline.
Athletic.
And
hey,
then
no rest for the wicked, son. Get up. Can't take a break now. You're still playing, buddy.
Cole rushed over to get him. Back into it now. Here's McLennan. Wow, he just fired it off the hands of Collis.
Yeah, the idea is correct. I really like what he's doing against the defense that's being set up for him, dribbling in, drawing those defenders, getting right into the paint. But when you're trying to hook it up to one of the big fellows down low, just make it soft so a pillow can catch it.
Wheeler and Kalman Poto in the game for Southland as Jaron kicks it out. Inga, a little strong, tipped away. And it's Leo Pepe. Falmo Sealy has it stripped by Kalman Poto. Inga drops it off, kicks it out. Wheeler for 3. Little strong.
Back and forth like it's Derby Saturday.
80-1 outsider.
Unbelievable.
Won the Kentucky Derby. Derby or Derby?
Derby over there.
Yeah. Always gets me. Jalen Jaron. It's Kalman Poto with the offensive rebound. Great look. Nice basketball from Cole.
He's done a nice job. Should have joked between him and Alex Pledger yesterday, where Alex Pledger said it was he enjoying his 5th year as a rookie. It looks like he is with dishes like that.
Great to see Alex Pledger supporting his former team. It's great to see Alex Pledger.
Doing very well. Is what he told me, and it's great to see him in person. It's been too long to see Big Plex. You can always notice him when he's in the gym, though.
Yeah. Jalen Jaron to Inga, and Inga's trying to turn the corner. Spins off the glass, can't get the roll, and Kalman Poto with the offensive foul.
You know it. It's just a hustling in there, and he can accidentally displace somebody, even if he doesn't mean to.
Musili kicks it out to Klein Salmon 3 that's missed and cleaned up and put back in by Klein Salmon for 2.
Nice activity off the glass. Didn't settle for it the second time around.
McLennan tried to cheat on that one, but Jaron can't make him pay. But it stays with Southland. They have just cleaned up the offensive glass. Love to tell you how many offensive rebounds they've had. Cole knocks down a 3.
Cole doing it from inside, outside as a facilitator. He is having himself a day.
This rookie he's gone well. Collis with Mojave King on him. He's been nice as Collis. Gives it up. Jacob Collis again trying to get into the mixer. You'd like to see Klein Salmon miss the shot, and it goes to Southland.
As we see the Cole triple from the wing. The tough attempt at a finish on this side of the court by Klein Salmon. Jumping back from the baseline to get around the backboard. Needs to be a bit more court aware on where he's starting that jump stop from.
Mojave King finds Wheeler in the corner, and that's just pretty basketball.
Andrew Wheeler with the triple. Just sitting there waiting for it to come his way. He's been a long-serving Southland Shark.
He's won some titles with his team. They have 3 titles to their name. It's McLennan on the drive.
Oi.
Wow, wait.
Looked pretty. High arcing on the finger roll, but just couldn't get over the front of the rim.
Wheeler steps into a 3 heat check. Missed it. Carmen Porto fires it back. A couple of jets on the ground. A couple of grounded jets, and Alonzo Burden just cleans it all up with a 3.
It's always unfortunate defensively when you see a loose ball just fall into the hands of the guy who's missed maybe 1 3-pointer this year.
Maybe. Maybe case.
We're not sure.
Given what we now know. He might not have missed any 3s in this game. Well, there's a dad who had to sit these 2 boys down this morning, and
you're gonna have to split them up.
Have to split them up, I think. Well, Bucks and a Celtics fan. What a series that is.
Do they just root for green teams?
Maybe. You'll have to see it.
Wow. And the Jets thinking they're seeing double defenders out there.
Just great to see the young'uns getting into it. Perfect time to come to an arena and see your local basketball team.
And that's what the kids really like to do at games.
I mean, I remember when I was a kid, this will age me, but I would get to go to Madrid Stadium and see Kerry Boagney, the late great Kenny McFadden, and those Saints teams.
Rest in peace, Kenny.
Frank Mulvihill's mullet. It would come over halfway, and the mullet would still be by the foul line at the other end.
How does the young Mulvihill's mullet compare with the seniors? It can't, does it?
Not quite. No, it's not there yet. It's got potential. Those were amazing days for the league and for the Wellington Saints, the ex-Checker Saints. It's far more. Seeley's fouled and 1. It's been a long time since we've had an and 1 in this game.
Little weave action. Old school, just dribbling it, dropping it off, and Musili just puts his head down straight to the cup with the finish. No weak side defenders in the paint.
No length in the paint. Yeah, you're right. Romaro Gill is probably set for the remainder of this game, and then they get the easy putback.
His own rebound gets the 4-point play. Always askew the 1 for 2.
I'd love to see it if they can get this under 20. These youngsters are the Manawatu Jets. It's Carmen Porto just bullies his way in, and it may not happen for them.
Just big boys, Pape Momiasia there. Yeah, got to have a little bit more marrow to keep him from going to where he's going.
Now Pepe gives it up. And it's Momasia. And he gets another bucket. 89 plays 61. For the handoff, it's Mojave King looking to pull up on that. He's one of the options. And here comes McLennan, my favourite player in the game, and he is fouled hard.
Why not?
Tough drive.
He's made it a bit more entertaining since his insertion. And his quickness has opened up some driving lanes and some opportunities for facilitating to his teammates, as well as some finishes.
With all due respect, probably the best personification of their name. He has got a quick first step. He just looks active, and he looks like he wants to make the most of his playing time.
As you do. As you do. You never know when it's going to come back again. If you've got a few, you're used to having a few splinters in that rear end of yours. So when you get the chance to get them out, you better put it all into it. You never know. You might shake up the line and get yourself a few more opportunities down the stretch.
Let's go, defense!
Well, there is Romaro Gill. Maybe just needed to clean up the paint area a little bit for.
And the triple again. So I missed it. Who made that one on the quick flash? I believe it was Andrew Wheeler, though.
Carmen Porto sits. Braden Ingers out there as well. Crossover from Lau Pepe. And nice basketball.
Taking the game right to the defense. A good recovery by King.
And Mojave King counts. Gets the and one. He'll go to the Resine line to shoot a foul shot.
Mojave King thinking to himself, when's it get hard to score in this league? Because he is dropping 20 on the reg right now. Solid 25 plus last night against the Bulls. Huge game in week 1 against the Baby Saints, as monikered by Coach Guy Malloy.
Yeah, Coach Guy Malloy and the Saints. They got some work to do, but you never, ever count out the Saints from a playoff spot in the NBL, in the Sal's NBL, and it's just a tough old foul there at midcourt.
But that space closed quickly for Tukaha Cooper.
Plenty of imports to come, not only for the Jets, 3 imports allowed this season, but also Australian-based NBL players and other players, New Zealand players from overseas as well, to come into the league.
Wonder if any players from the finals have been signed up by some of our teams over in the Aussie League.
Now Pepe.
He's getting it going now. Had the drive, gets the triple, showing a little activity and confidence here late in the 4th.
Yeah, playoffs going off at the moment, the final series. The Tasmania Jack Jumpers and the Sydney Kings. And
Sydney Kings took that game 1 against the Jack Jumpers with an impressive defensive display.
And the Kings as well. Jalen Adams out with a hamstring. Definitely out for game 2. Let's see how bad a hamstring is.
What a story the Jack Jumpers were, though.
Amazing. And that is going to fall as Falmos Sealy fell in the key, and he just took a tough knock. Nice to see Romaro Gill help him up, though.
Friendly guy.
I mean, Falmos Sealy is, he's a big guy, but he's going to take a knock when you run into the elbows, which is head high of Romaro Gill.
25-point difference with 2.5 to go.
Why not? Knock down the 3 from there, but it can't go down. And there it is, Luca Richards. Nice look.
And everybody thinking.
Tukaha just got an absolute hospital pass and wisely decided not to get it. Luca Richards does end up getting it without Gill loitering around.
The immense amount of time spent within 3 feet of the rim there. And finally, the Jets are able to get a shot up at a big screen by Big McRae. Woof. Go easy on him. Somebody call it out.
How about Tyrone McLennan?
Bounced back from it nicely.
There is McLennan. Coming up 90 seconds to go in the game. McLennan just lost the handle. And a shot clock violation there as the desperation jumper over Gill. Too strong. Tyrone McLennan.
With a minute 24 to go. About the only mystery left is, are the Sharks going to cover?
Can the Sharks get over 100? Yeah, can they cover the point spread? And can the Jets get it to within under 20? It's Tom Cowie blows that. Unlucky. It's been a tough night for Cowie on the offensive end. Three ball is good. Farmel Sealy gets it to 20. 95-75.
On the break, showing a bit of skill. The Jets going to close this in the 20.
Gave him a long two on that one as well, Case.
Oh, unfortunate. But the Jets still happy to work that count back into their favor. We'll see. Ooh, that from that first one looked like a three. We're gonna have to send that one to the league office and see, make sure he gets his points.
No, they've got a busy old Monday ahead of them. Shout out to our old colleague and now general manager of the NZNBL.
I guess technically still our colleague because he did do the game before this.
Hugh Bainan. Busy man.
He's a fence sitter now though because he's a GM. Drops the free throws. 23-point lead.
Nice look.
Oh,
Romaro Gill. Far more Sealy.
He comes across. He won't let sunlight through.
Had no chance on that. Here it is on the GJ Gardner replay. And Romaro Gill swats that out of bounds. Three on the way. Oh, and one! What an end!
Getting hot, light. Brandon Inger trying to complain, but Tukaka Cooper wants none of it. He just wants to get to that line, get that 4-point play.
Now he can get it to under 20. As he steps up to the Resine foul line to shoot his free throw. And he does. 97 plays 78. Farmel Sealy sticking close to Alonzo Burden, who does well to get through it all.
Still looking for a bucket are the Sharks.
Can they crack a hundy? Here's Zoe. It's a no.
Oh,
Luka
Jets coming
Richards.
back for a big bucket. Can they get one more in there?
Let's give the home crowd something to go home with a smile on their face. And that's not it.
Ah, it was a little bit of excitement while it lasted, though.
I enjoyed it.
Kind of like a roller coaster. You're going up, you think it's going to be great, and it turns out to be a little disappointing.
You know, it'd be no fun in a theme park.
It's tough for me to get on the rides.
Yeah,
I'm not really allowed.
Yeah, you wouldn't be. You'd be knees up by your nostrils. That does us. 97-78. The Jets lose by 19. Pretty good fourth quarter. They got a lot of future ahead of them with a bit of growth from these rookies. But the Southland Sharks take care of business. A tough loss against an excellent Franklin Bulls team last night. And they get the dub on the road, and they'll head to Invercargill with a win under their belts. As for the Jets, they will welcome in their imports over the next week or so. Try to get used to playing with some new guys, but Natu Taufale has got a really, really nice core of young guys. They just need a little bit of size and a little bit of veteran leadership.
They do need a bit of injection, but that now completes round two, and we've got a pretty good idea where the league sits. Yes, there are some guys to come, but I think the league has put itself into a couple of categories where teams are, and there's more teams than I think we figured would be putting their hands up for the finals at this point in the season. The points, I don't believe those are correct, so we can probably cycle through the statistics reasonably quickly.
Mojave King definitely didn't have 6 points.
And the rebounds, I believe all of the stats unfortunately carked it at halftime. We apologize for the technical issues.
They were pretty cooked by the time we got to halftime, that is for sure. A huge discrepancy, but that will hopefully be rectified when round 3 tips off on Thursday night. The Sal's NBL, proudly presented by GJ Gardner-Holmes.
And the Jets certainly should hang their heads high. Nothing to be ashamed of their performance today, as we're looking forward to next week's games.
And that'll be a great game Thursday night with the Hawks in town and Invercargill to play the Sharks. The Jets on Friday night have got the Rams, who just lost to the Tuatara at Cal Stadium, and the Nuggets on Saturday at 5:30 will have the Hawks, who would have been in Invercargill 48 hours earlier, ready for that one as well. And that's just the front half of round 3 ahead of us. Hope you had a great Mother's Day. Thinking of those who celebrated with their mothers.
Look, kids still happy. Kids still pumped up to see the team. And that's what it's really all about. Just building that love of the game for the next generation.
Well, that's us. Thanks so much for watching. Sal's NBL Round 2, proudly presented by GJ Gardner-Holmes, is in the can. We'll be back for Round 3 Thursday night.